In for the Night is a podcast that discusses movies, random topics, and gives you an excuse to just stay in for the night. This fucker is trying to be, I don't know, professional. Explain what you're trying to do because it's frustrating.
I'm trying to be semi-professional. Professional is the proper term. Babe.
So is it like Target and Target? It's
yes.
Professional.
Professional. But you got to say it like that. You can't say
You have to
professional.
say open your mouth the widest it can go.
And then move your tongue in weird directions.
Professional.
There you go. That was fucking spot on right there.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Are you guys listening or did you leave already?
I hope y'all stay. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great. Okay. Hi, I'm Katie.
I am Ler. L-E-R. That's how you spell it. For those who were wondering.
A crazy spelling of like L-Y-E-R. Lair.
Yeah, L-Y-E-R. What? Liar?
There we go.
L-Y-R. Lur. No, it didn't work.
L-U-R. Lur.
L-U-R.
Except with the little dotty things that you see in Sweden.
Yeah. Those two little dot cute things.
Above the U.
Yes.
Do I know what it's called? No.
Yeah, you do. You know everything. There's finally something you don't know.
Hassenbike.
Watch that be it.
Holy shit.
What do you call this? Hassenbike. What?
I should go on Jeopardy.
You should.
Just guess everything. Do you want to know something fun I learned?
No, I don't. What?
I don't know. Somebody put a nickel in you, and I just don't understand. Boop. That's what my mom used to say. Who put a nickel in you?
No, you tell me that all the time. It's freaking hilarious.
You're like, I think I put $1 in me. And I'm like, back in the days, they didn't have, like, gumball machines didn't have dollar acceptance.
Yo, that's how much expensive fucking things got.
It's called inflation.
Because now everything's $1. Like, the dollar is the new penny now. It's ridiculous. But anywho.
I drop my pen, take a shot. Because every time I drop my pen, I'll announce that you have to take a shot. So welcome.
Oh, she dropped it again. She dropped it again.
No, just kidding. I only dropped it once.
No, she only did it once. I mean, if you want to take another shot, you can. But
go for it. Live your life.
Party hardy.
Woo. So I was going to tell you something interesting, and like we totally went off topic. So I learned something on a different podcast that I want to share here because I found it very interesting. So back in the Victorian era, early 19th century, do you know what the most expensive vegetable was?
Cucumber, because people are probably using it to put it in areas they're not supposed to.
They probably didn't start that until like the 2000s.
That's probably true. That's probably true because fucking people are nymphos.
It's a very basic vegetable.
Onion.
Close.
Tomato.
No. Potato. Wrong way.
Rice.
What the fuck is that?
Is the next thing that pops up.
Because that's a vegetable. Like,
sure, yeah.
A legume.
I like how you said wrong way. I was like, rice.
You went more starchy. You said potato, it's starch.
Like, fuck, I can't think of any other. Squash.
No.
Zucchini.
Close. It's basic. And you
cucumber.
No.
I already said that, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh,
those are first.
I was just testing you.
Starts with a C. Not a cucumber.
Cumin.
That's a spice.
Oh. Starts with a C and it's a vegetable?
You make ants on a
cottage
log.
Cheese. No.
What
is it?
All right, let's just start this episode.
What is it?
It starts with a C and you do ants on a log on it.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Where you put peanut butter and raisins on it.
Oh, celery.
There we go. I don't know what that is. You had a terrible... I'm going to talk to your mom. Like...
I don't know what that is. I was just like so quick. I was never going to guess celery. If you would have said you eat peanut butter with it, I might have would have guessed.
I said ants on a log.
Okay.
Anyway, so back in the Victoria area, the most expensive vegetable was celery. And do you know how much it went for? A bushel, like the little stalk.
A bushel.
A stalk. Do you know how much that was?
$5.
No.
30 cents.
So back in the day, I think they said it was 3 pence. But do you know how much for one stalk, 3 pence? How much do you think that is in today's dollar?
500.
A little less.
A little less? Jesus. 450.
Less.
I was about to go 475. 425. 400.
I'll stop you. Keep on going.
399.
Down.
Jesus. You said a little less from 450.
I was expecting you to jump halfway because that's your life.
350.
Yes, 350. So for
$350.
Yes, for one stalk of celery, they would spend 3 pence, which was an equivalent to $350 in today's money. Back then. So it would be rich people who would only get it. But the funny thing is, they wouldn't eat it. Instead, they had these things called celery vases where they would put the stalk of celery in it and use it as like a decorative piece instead of eat it.
So it was like an expensive decoration.
Pretty much like flowers.
But
like
food.
Yeah. And so whenever they would have fashion balls or parties or anything, the house would make sure to have a stalk of celery sitting out there, and then they would notate, be like, have you seen our stalk?
That is so fucking stupid.
I mean, to us now, but back then, that was like the height of like...
That was like having a gold diamond toilet.
Sure.
That's what Oprah has.
I don't think she has that. She wouldn't waste her money on that shit. She does. You for sure 100% know. Have you talked to Oprah and asked her to use her gold diamond toilet?
It's a bidet, too.
A bidet?
A bidet.
A bidet?
A bidet. I got to take my house shoes off. A bidet.
Great. How was your week? You learned something today. Woo!
I did. You know what? So I learned something else today, too.
Say stupid shit and piss me off?
That's every day. I didn't learn that. So for you that have dogs, I learned that you're not supposed to give them raw eggs. Even though I know people that do, you're supposed to cook it first. At least that's what Pet MD says. If y'all know something. Please do not go on
to that website.
Not Pet MD?
No, it's like regular WebMD where you like diagnose yourself and every time it ends up to be cancer.
Oh, so WebMD is not trustworthy, or PetMD is not trustworthy? Because I know people that give their dogs raw eggs all the time, and their dogs are fine. Because it's just like us, people eat raw eggs all. Like if you cook like sunny side up, you're technically eating a raw egg.
No, but it's heated. It's not like completely raw.
Yeah, but it's not. It's still the middle's raw and the top of it is raw. It's not cooked all the way.
It is cooked all the way.
No, it's not. It's still not gonna. You still have the risk of it's not cooked thoroughly.
You're not cooked thoroughly.
But either way, there's people that drink raw eggs like as a shake type thing.
You should drink raw eggs as a shake.
Fuck no, I would throw up everywhere. No. But apparently it says that dogs can get salmonella, which is the same risk that we can get. So I don't understand what the big deal is. I should have just gave it to them. But that
yeah, instead you wasted all the food that we have. Stop wasting food.
All of the food with 2 eggs?
Yes, that is all our food.
Oh, man. We are that poor, huh?
Help us. We're poor. Just kidding. No, we have eggs.
Besides that, look, we both learned something new today.
How was your week?
Jesus, that was aggressive. My week was fine. Rude.
Is that it? Just fine.
Yeah, because you're angry. No, it's my work week, so... Just getting our work on, and it was, I don't know if I can share this.
Probably don't share something that can get you fired. Let's just, play that game.
I mean, it can't. I don't think. I don't know. I'm going to share it. So we were supposed to do gear swing last night on a 777, Boeing 777. And so for those of you who don't know, it's a fucking huge plane. I think it's not the biggest one in the fleet, but it's the second biggest. The biggest is the Boeing 777-300. This is a -200. Anyway, so we're supposed to do gear swing, so you have to jack it up. And you have to jack it up to a certain height. I think it's like 44 inches off the ground, like the mains have had to be 44 inches off the ground. So you have to go pretty high with it. Well, normally second shift or first shift, they prep it for us. So they like take the fuel off. They put the jacks there in place. So all we got to do is just basically jack it up, gear swing, put it back down, done. Well, we come in, nothing is prepped. And the most important thing is that these jacks are only rated for like 70 tons or something like that, like each one.
How heavy is a plane?
This plane, the 777 weighs 600,000 pounds. And I think that's empty.
600,000 pounds?
600,000 pounds.
Or 600,000 tons?
600,000 pounds. A ton is only like 1,000 pounds.
No, a ton is 2,000 pounds.
2,000 pounds. So 70 times 2,000 is what these...
140,000.
Exactly. But if you're placing like three of them, the one in the back I think is rated for more because it's a bigger one. But the two on the wings are only rated for 70 or maybe 100 tons. Anyway, turns out we're jacking it up, right? And the first one we had was a pneumatic one, and it started like going super slow, and I was like, this isn't right. Like something's going on. So we put it back down. We switched out the jack, and then we got a electric one. Started jacking it up. Normally, if you're jacking it up for 10 minutes, the nose will start coming off the ground. I mean, usually it's like off the ground that much by the time the mains start coming up. Well, we're all looking at all the tires. Nothing's off the ground yet, and we've been jacking it for like 10 minutes. We're like, something's not right. And then the jack on the right side started making this squealing noise. We're like, something's up.
Maybe shut it off.
I asked Dave, I was like, no one knows him. I asked one of the guys working with us, and I was like, hey, D, come here. And I was like, has anyone checked to see how much fuel's on the plane? And he's like, that's actually a good point. So he goes to our crew chief, and he's like, hey, so they get on the radio, like, hey, what is y'all's fuel load that you're showing on the screen? They said
full tank.
Basically.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It had 115,000 pounds of fuel on the plane. It was damn near full.
And nobody thought to empty it.
Normally that's what first shift and second shift do. They prep it for us. And the funny thing was, I asked the guys on second shift, because they're buddies of mine, I was like, hey, did y'all do any like prepping for us? And they're like, fuck no. So I was like, great. But I never thought maybe we should check the fuel first.
Maybe you should do the checklist before starting to do the stuff you're supposed to do. Make sure that it's accurate.
Well, I had never even looked at the work card, so I don't know what the work card says, but I'm pretty sure on that work card it says to make sure the plane is defueled, I'm sure. But normally, like, I guess for years and years and years, third shift does a gear swing, but first and second shift do the prepping for us. It's always like, since I've been on the crew, it's always been like that. We've done like 3 gear swings, and they prep it for us. They drain. That's one thing they do. Were they
busy?
I don't fucking know what. I didn't work second shift, but basically, so now we had to tag out all of the jacks that we use because they were jacking a load way beyond what they're supposed to. So we had to tag out 4 jacks yesterday.
And so you can't use it?
No, we can't use them until they get looked at and make sure that they're still good. Because lifting up that much weight on those jacks, it could fuck them up. And I'm pretty sure it did, because when they were coming down, they were like making all sorts of noises. Because they were jacking,
and the plane wasn't even
like
lifting
900,000
like after
pounds.
like 2 minutes, I would have been like, okay, it's not lifting at all.
No, it won't, because you have to expand the
it's wheels.
I'm trying to the strut basically, or no, not the strut. Yeah, it's like
traction.
Whatever the whatever that thing is called. I can't think of what it's called, but what the mains and the wheels sit on, though, that expands a good like 2 feet, and then they start coming off.
Well, you would notice movement though, right?
There was movement, but just not what it should have been, and that's when because normally the nose is off the ground, but like I said, that much, and it was barely like couple of inches off the ground after 10 or 15 minutes, and I was like, that is not right. So that's when I asked them to look, and sure enough, it had 150,000 pounds of fuel on it. So yeah, that is not good. But yeah, so that was my interesting story. That was another save the day thing, because the guy comes back over, he's like, man, good fucking call.
Oh, did he give you a raise?
No. Man, we're union. We don't get raises like that.
Promotion.
You put in for him. So yeah, it was pretty interesting. But so then that was supposed to be like our night was jacking and playing. So we had to like find little shit to do.
Oh, that's fun.
But besides that, it was a fun week. Not really, but I'm almost done with my 7 days. So I got one more. No, I got tonight and then my double tomorrow, and then I'm off for 7. And then new shift change, which I can't get a swap partner so far. So.
Oh, nobody wants to swap with you?
Because I'm Friday, Saturday, and the only way to do double singles if I get someone who's Friday, Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday. And the thing is that those two shifts on first shift or midnight are high seniority guys, and they already have their swap partners, or they don't swap at all. So either I got to do 7 on again because I can get someone who's Tuesday, Wednesday, midnight, or I have to
so then
work 5 days.
You'd have Friday, Saturday off, then Tuesday, Wednesday off?
If I did double single?
Yeah.
I don't know how. No, it would be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or it'd be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or some shit like that. Or it'd be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Something like that. But if I had someone, but then if I got someone who else had Friday, Saturday off, then we'll probably alternate being off on the weekend. So they would do it for a month and I would do it for a month or something like that. But I've been posting. I can't freaking find anybody. So
you just might have to work your regular schedule.
Yeah, maybe, which wouldn't be too bad. 5 days working systems, I wouldn't be too bad about that. But
and then you can grab some extra overtime or whatever.
Mm-hmm. But how was your week?
I was waiting for you to ask, and we're
only 16 minutes in.
16 minutes in. Good. Just busy.
Yeah, you've been hella busy.
I've had meetings, back-to-back meetings, like all day for the last 3 days. And
hella busy.
I wouldn't have gotten a lunch today if one of my meetings didn't get canceled.
Jeez Louise.
And I'm just I can't reject them because it's I'm part of it, and I'm fuck. And everybody else is just as busy. It's not just me. And so every time I have a meeting, I'm just push through. And so tomorrow it's going to be the same. Friday's going to be a little bit better. It's not going to be as meeting heavy, but just meetings. We're doing career development discussions, and I find that very interesting. I actually like it.
Yeah, but you need to take your breaks like you're supposed to. Otherwise, I'm going to turn your company in.
Okay. See,
you're supposed to take your lunches, babe.
I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
But since I don't clock in and clock out, there's no evidence of me not taking a lunch break.
Exactly. So then you can stop doing a meeting for 30 minutes and take a freaking lunch break.
It's just this week. Next week shouldn't be as bad.
Yeah, you say that every week. And then the next week is even worse. And then the next week is even worse.
Monday we have off because it's Labor Day.
And?
I don't have
what
any
about
meetings that day.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday?
No, I have a lunch break in there.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
I'm going to report your company.
Okay. He's not going to report my company, people. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I am.
I'm going to murder you.
If you don't take your freaking lunches, I will.
I eat my food.
Yeah, barely. I can't make it because I have to sleep on midnight shift when I work midnight shift. So otherwise, I will cook it for you and shove it in your face.
That would be great. So let us discuss our movie.
Freaking sexy ass movie.
Fuck yeah.
Love it.
So our movie today was
obviously The Old Guard.
And where did we watch it?
Netflixies.
Good. So if you have Netflix, you can watch it. It's a very interesting movie. We are going to go into it today, but if you haven't watched it yet, go fucking watch it.
You have to watch it.
Just go fucking watch it.
It is a really, really, really good
I'm
one.
not an action-y person, but I really enjoy this movie. And Charlize Theron is like a hottie.
A fucking badass in this movie. Well, she always is normally, but
yeah, but she's
an extra badass in this one. So, The Old Guard. What? That's stupid.
You're stupid. Oh, wait.
So it got a 6.6 out of 10 on IMDb.
IMDb
Bizzle. 80% on Rotten Potatoes. 78% of Google users like this movie.
Wow.
Well, it's like a short synopsis.
Penis P9.
The Old Guard is a 2020 American superhero film directed by Gina Prince Bythewood. Wow, that's interesting. And written by Greg Rucka, based on his comic book of the same name. Oh, there's a comic book on it? I didn't know there was a comic book on it.
I told you, and you said I don't like reading.
I thought that was just like a book, like a
No, I said a
paperback
comic book. I said a graphic novel.
So initial release was July 10th, 2020. Director already said it. Gina Prince by the Wood. Distributed by Netflix and based on The Old Guard by Greg Rucka. Budget was $70 million. Well, that's not bad. I thought it would have been more than that. I wonder how much did they even make it? I wonder if they've made anything off of it. But we got Charlize Theron. We got Kiki Lane.
Oh, that's Niall.
Yeah, that's Niall. I told you that was her name. We got Harry
Henderson?
Milling. I don't know how to say his name. Sebastian. The guy that played Sebastian. That's a hard name too. So I don't want to ruin their names because they're like not American, so they're not easy to say. And I'm just
can try it and just apologize. Just do the
Matthias Schoenhertz.
Okay, that sounds.
If you see it, you'll be like, that's nowhere close. And then Nigel. See, you should say that because I think.
All right, wait.
You should say her name because you could probably say it better than me.
So Matthias, yeah, you said it right. Schoenertz and Nyo Thane Bon.
Yeah, that.
Because the NG is like the GO is a yo sound.
Oh, is it like HO? Oh, okay.
So yeah.
I would have said Nigio.
So it's like NGYUN is win.
Mm-hmm.
Lucas Marinelli and Michael Ward. You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, let's get into it, folks. This is one we both really enjoyed, and
you enjoyed The Mask. Don't give me that crap.
I like The Mask.
Yeah, so we
it's
both
not like
enjoyed...
my favorite, but if I didn't give it a 20, if I didn't give it 20, you were going to divorce me.
I am.
oh, really?
Oh, really?
Did the divorce papers just miraculously show up?
Yeah, they showed up again when you said if you didn't give it a 20. No, you give it a 20 because it's worth a 20. Damn it.
Do you need a soapbox? We need a shirt that says that. Do you need a soapbox?
Do you need a soapbox? And then on the back, I'm off my soapbox.
Oh, wait. I need to write that down.
You do need to write that down.
Do you need... So I went to a manager meet last week. Give me a second. I have to finish what I'm doing. Box. Okay. I went to a manager meet, so I actually went to San Diego and actually met all of my coworkers in person, which I've never done before. And it's really weird. I forgot where I was going with this.
I don't know. You just said you went to your manager meeting.
Do you need a soapbox?
You need a soapbox. So apparently something happened with someone's soapbox at your manager meeting.
Fuck.
Oh, well, guess it's gone forever.
Yep. Okay, it's gone. Welcome to my world, people. I can't remember words and shit. I will be sitting in a meeting presenting, and I'll be like, I can't remember this word, and somebody will say it, and I'm like, yep, that really simple word, I could not remember.
I do it all the time.
That's what old age is. Guess what? 30's going to fuck you up, people. If you're not 30 yet, just wait.
Just wait your turn.
It's like 30's hiding around a corner spying on you, and it's like,
hey,
I'm gonna kidnap you and make your life miserable. All right, so we're going to go into it. We started the movie in Morocco. Actually, the opening scene had a dead chick on it. We didn't know who it was just yet, but it's actually the main character, Charlize Theron, and her name is Andy, or Androche.
Had a dead character.
The opening scene has her dead on the ground. Did you not remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So we start in Morocco. Charlize, who is Andy, and I'm going to try to call her Andy, is walking through the streets of Morocco. If you've never been to Morocco, neither have I, but apparently it has a lot of walking streets. So she's walking down them. And I wrote here, I love a good short haircut on a girl. Couldn't you tell?
Yeah, what's her name?
Ruby Rose.
Ruby Rose.
I was looking her up. I was like, somebody mentioned on my Facebook, I posted a pic of me at the gym, and he's like, I'm getting real Ruby Rose vibes. And I'm like, oh, thanks.
Oh, thanks.
It made me feel special that I had to look at pictures. Because originally I got a shorter haircut because Ruby Rose looks hot, and I had the same facial shape. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, so it should look good on me. And so I got it, and everybody's like, damn, you look like Ruby Rose. And I'm like, I am taking that as a high praise right there. Like, it's like, that Australian beauty. Anyway. So this chick is walking, Andy is walking through the streets of Morocco, and she stops. I forgot why.
Because Booker shows up.
Oh, Booker shows up, and she stops, and then these tourists are there, and they're super excited, and they take a picture, a shitty selfie, and it has her in it, and so she's like, oh, let me take a picture, and then she deletes that photo.
That was a shitty freaking selfie anyway, so.
All right, so I have a question for you. Were you paying attention?
I love this movie.
So when they meet everybody, so we have Booker, Joe, and Nikki. Nikki gives her something. Do you remember what it is?
Baklava.
Oh, that was fast. Fuck.
Well, I love this movie.
All right. So baklava. Do you know what baklava
plus they
is?
bet. Yeah, it's one of my favorite desserts. It's like normally it's caramel. Caramel. But they made theirs a little bit different because obviously they're in Morocco instead of like the States. But
no, Eastern Turkey. That's where he got it from. He brought it to.
Oh, he got it from somewhere else. That's right. It's just a baked pastry. It has like caramel, some like flakes on it. I can't remember what the flaky part is.
Like sugar?
No, it's like a pastry type. I'm sure she says it. Huh?
She listed off the ingredients.
Yeah, I'm sure she said what it is, but I just don't remember. But anyway, yeah, it's just a sweet treat with walnuts.
So.
Or pecans.
Pecan. So the reunion baklava, I guess it's like a thing that they did is when they would meet up, he would bring her baklava and she would guess the ingredients and say exactly where it came from, and they would bet on it, and Nikki always loses.
Yeah, apparently he always loses because his reaction was like, fuck, I lost again.
Yeah. So then Booker has this new mission, and so he entices Andy to go meet this guy named Copley.
But they have a rule that they never do repeats, and so apparently they did a repeat or a mission already in that same area, and now Booker is trying to get them to go back.
I guess I missed that because I was writing. But they go to meet this guy, and I mentioned that she is walking down the street. If somebody was constantly looking over their shoulder, I would notice it as a person because that is weird behavior. I'm sorry. If you're like, I'm looking over my shoulder like 5 times. That's what I did.
Well, because she can spot probably agents or something really easily because she's super old.
Yeah, but she's drawing attention to herself.
Not necessarily. Maybe, yeah.
I don't know. I think that
she can potentially be drawing
attention. If she just walked like normal and just like didn't really do it, and I'm like every
yeah, but she also needs to like make sure someone's not coming up behind her to tackle her.
She's a badass and she can't really die. So fuck.
That does change.
I know. So the mission is these kids were in the South Sudan and they got kidnapped. The teachers got murdered. And apparently there was like shoes or something that were in the pictures, and that was like that hit her hard. So Andy decides to go ahead and take the mission, and they go into this mission, guns a-blazing. Literally guns a-blazing. They're shooting everybody. It's great. That's it.
Oh, I was like, are you going to continue on that?
No. And so I mentioned something. I told Ty this, and I was like, it's kind of weird that they live in a country where somebody with a shit ton of guns on them is a normal sight. And these like moms with their kids are just walking by and they're like, la la la. Like,
it's pretty scary and sad that that's the norm over there.
That's why
it doesn't even scare them. They're just used to it.
When I was younger, I always wanted to visit South Africa, but now I'm just like, no, that's what that is. Like, that's their life. And I'm like, I'm sure it's gorgeous. I'm sure Africa's great, but I have no desire to get kidnapped, raped, and or like shot. But anyway, so they get into the place where they're supposed to. Joe, who is the bearded fellow, is a master of a sword, and he has like great ninja skills. And I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go.
Well, Andy's a master of an axe.
That's badass. I want an axe. Why can't I have an axe?
I wonder who would win between. I'm pretty sure Andy's. That's why she's a boss, and she's the oldest, so she would probably win if she fought any one of them.
I think they probably battled, but because they killed, because Joe and Nikki said to each other,
Yeah,
"I
because
killed
they
you
were
multiple
like
times."
on opposite sides of like the war.
Crusades.
Yeah, yeah. So they were fighting each other all the time, and they ended up being like each other's love of their lives type thing.
That's so sweet.
Probably once the Crusades were over and they like kept fighting, we're like, "Whoa, we're not gonna die." So,
What's your number?
what your name is?
If you ever said that to me in real life, as
You would marry me on the spot. I know. It's okay, babe. Continue.
I really don't want to. Alrighty. So they get into the room where the kids are supposed to be, but lo and behold, they're not there. Instead, it's a setup, and they get shot the fuck up, like a million of bullets, millions. And they get shot up, and they fall, and everybody's like, clear. If it was me and we were trying to set somebody up, I would want to know why we're setting them up.
Yeah.
Just because those fuckers didn't have a chance.
And that's the thing in the military is, or when you're in that line of work, you don't ask questions. You just do what you're told.
Yeah, that's why I like my brain.
So I think it was more of a setup for the guys in the suits than it was for the old guard people. I mean, it is a setup for them because they're trying to capture them on video.
They did.
But it's a more setup for the other guys because they did not let them know, hey, these people can come back to life. So
watch your back.
Yeah.
As soon as you kill them, run.
Run and get the fuck out of there.
Because if they did that, I'm pretty sure like half of them would have survived.
Maybe. Oh, yeah. If they would have got out of there, yeah, they would have survived. Or if they would have blew them up with a rocket launcher, but then that would probably kill everyone in the room except them.
They'd be in pieces.
But they would probably come back from it.
I want to know how that works. I had a question. Like, if you cut off somebody's head, how would that work?
Well, it's like when we'll get to that. But when he blew the hole here, it just mended itself back together.
Would you get another head, or would your body find the head?
Sure, get another head. I'm pretty sure if you cut your head off.
So you'd have two heads technically.
No. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't really, because they never got, maybe on the next one they might show something like that happening.
So after Andy, Joe, Nikki, and Booker pretty much destroy the whole setup, people that like shot them, they're upset.
Very upset.
Very upset. And Andy's like, the world isn't getting any better. So their whole purpose is to go out and make the world a better place. Because what's the point of being immortal if you don't have a purpose?
I mean, unless you're just evil and you want to steal and rob and kill, then yeah. But that's not what they want to do. They actually want to help and protect and serve, the world.
Make the world a better place.
I wouldn't say country, world. Just like he said, they were like, well, we haven't gotten to it yet, but when someone asked him, it was when their newcomer came along.
Niall.
Well, they were asleep. They had a dream because when a new one comes up after they're killed and they wake back up, they all have a dream noticing like what happened, flashes. So when that happened, Charlize Theron goes to get her, she's even more of a badass because she went to a military base unseen and takes this girl out unseen. I mean, doesn't take her out, but like takes her with, kidnaps her and takes her away unseen on a military fucking base. Like that is a Billy badass for sure.
Oh, Billy badass.
A Billy badass.
What's that?
Billy the Kid.
Oh.
So yeah, that's one thing. So then, but when she's like meets them to the group, and then they sitting down, they're all eating, and now asks, "What is y'all's purpose?" And they said, it depends on the century, but really they said they fight for what they feel is right.
Guys?
Oh, yeah, are you the good guys? Well, that's what she's. Are you good guys? You said it depends on the century. Joe says that, but then she was like, "What is y'all's purpose?" And he said, "We fight for what we feel is right."
Because at the time you could be doing something, and then like what Copley was saying at the end was like, they did this, and it spurred on the like what is it? The cure for diabetes or whatever.
Yeah,
And,
every
like,
time they save someone, it ended up being like what is it, like a
reaction.
point in history. So like when they say that one person, it like stopped the bubonic plague or something like that type thing.
Right.
Like it was like they did something that changed history and like the way it is now.
So if they got the bubonic plague, would they have to suffer through it until they died to be brought back, and then they would be healthy?
I mean, if they
That
did die from it, but yeah.
sucks.
I mean, I don't know if their body would be healing as it's going through, or they just have to die first and then be healed.
That's my question.
Because Niall, she got a broken arm and a broken leg, but it healed and she didn't die. So I think it might have be curing itself. So they probably can never get sick because they don't age either. So I think they get sick, they just heal from it.
All right, so we're going to go back to Niall and just her introduction into the story. So she is an army person.
She's in the Marines. And yeah, I think she's not a sergeant, but I think she's right below. She's like in command of her troops.
Yeah. I don't know the words for it. But anyway, so they are in, I forgot what country. I didn't write it down. I forgot what country.
Afghanistan.
Is it Afghanistan?
Yeah, that's what Andy said.
Okay, so they're in Afghanistan, and she is looking for a man. And so her and her little troop of women, which is badass, go and try to find them in this like women's shelter.
Yeah, like a women's shelter in Afghanistan.
And so kind of speeding forward, they find the man. She shoots him a couple times, but she's trying to keep him alive because the mission was to capture him alive.
She just double tapped him in the heart.
I mean, I would do the same thing. I'm sorry, he can't do any problems. Yay! But anyway, and so then he has a knife and slits her throat. That's how we get her to the point where everybody's dreaming about her, because that is when she initially first died. Mm-hmm. And so, kind of speeding forward, everybody dreams about her in this like train, and then they dream about her. Joe is drawing her as like what he can remember, which is really awesome. He's a really good drawer.
Yeah.
And so he kind of gives that to Andy. Andy's like, fine, I'll go get her, kind of thing. And it's really funny. And then once they meet up, Andy gets into the military base, sneaks on, as Ty said, and kidnaps her. Like takes out like 3 guys.
Well, that's another thing too. Another point is, since she came back to life, now the military, everybody's freaking out. And what does the military do normally when they don't understand something? They take them out. So, or these, I don't know if these 2 guys that went were ordered to do that, or if they just went on their own. But they get there, they're like, oh, well, your vehicle tire something happened to her vehicle, basically. That's when Andy pops in. So I think they're either going to try to kill her or they're just going to try to beat her up for some reason, which I'm pretty sure Niall would have fucking taken both of them out because she's a Billy badass too. Because even Andy's like, you're good, because she hit her twice.
So that's shitty, but at least she made it out alive.
Yeah.
Sorry, you guys have to laugh. I said laugh. Okay. Giggle. And so she wakes up. The team is freaking out. Like her people are freaking out. So she leaves. And pretty much she doesn't see anybody she knows again. So they get on a plane, and it's a drug cartel plane.
Gotta have friends in low places.
Yeah, you do. And so that's when they first like initially have this battle where you don't know Russian. The pilot
plays dead,
which is great because that was funny. I thought that was hilarious. But shooting a gun in a plane probably isn't the best idea.
She probably shot it into like one of the stocks or whatever that he has. Like not actually, or maybe she shot a blank.
And so that's when they're flying to Paris, or just outside of Paris. And then we flash over to the other side. Who's our bad guy? Do you remember his name?
Merrick.
Stephen Merrick.
Yeah, fuck that.
What does he do?
He is a kind of like a geneticist. He's trying to find like cures to help people. So he's trying to find a cure to cancer. He already found a cure for dementia. And now he's trying to find basically the cure of all, to come back to life, to heal from really anything. Basically take the power I guess it's power.
No, they're not taking any power. What they're doing is testing them because they can't die. So if they die and come back, they can test on them again instead of having a bunch of human test subjects and having a bunch of people die.
No, they're trying to take what they have to give it to people, babe. They're not just testing them.
No, did you miss that?
Yeah, they're testing them to figure out how they're doing what they're doing, but they're trying. That's what Copley did that because his wife died of that disease. So he was like, oh, if she could have lived, then that's why he wanted to find them because they can.
Different interpretation because when Stephen Merrick, when he was talking about, he's like, oh, we found this cure for whatever. And you know how many mice we killed? Thousands. Whereas if we have you, we won't have to kill anybody.
No, that's not what. They're not just testing on them. They're trying to take their skill. That's why they were taking DNA, taking blood samples and all that. They wanted what they had.
I had a different. I
mean, yeah, they can test shit on them too. Yeah, but
because the guy kept on dying. Did you not see when Nikki would go out and come back in? And he's like, oh, that just sucked.
Well, yeah, they're putting him through. No, they said asleep. He didn't die. He was asleep. That's what Nikki said. He was like, oh, I like when you're asleep, but I want you to. I'm glad you're awake. He didn't say you're dead.
I thought that was awake. What is it called? Not a euphemism, but like instead of calling it dead, they call it asleep because they wake up again.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I thought he was literally asleep.
Interesting. Anyway, so we're just going to go back to the plane really quick. So when they get on that plane, the rinky-dink plane, Niall asks Andy, is this even safe? And
Andy's like, does it really matter?
Which is true.
It
I
is.
feel like your fear would go away if you know you weren't going to die.
Andy doesn't have any fear. Like, her fear is out the window because when she turns to the point where she can die, then she like starts to realize, and she has a little bit of fear because she's been immortal this whole time. But then she's like, still, I'm the head of the group. I'm going to do this first. I'm going to do that first, blah, blah, blah. So
Lala's having a puppy dream.
She is.
And snoring.
But yeah, they don't have any fear because they can't die.
Yeah, but you have the fear of when you will die because they don't know.
They probably do have that fear, yeah.
And so, again, going back to the plane fight, a bone came out, bleh. Broken leg. Bleh.
Niall wanted to freaking, challenge Andy. I wonder why the pilot moved the plane over. Like, I wonder.
Yeah, I think he was trying to stop them. Because he's like, girl, like when you like spray water on people to stop fighting or something, usually they're like, ah. But he's like, I'm just going to jerk this plane really fast.
Yeah, he jerked it and made them topple over. And then that's when Niall was able to get a punch in. And she got another kick in or punch in. And I don't think Andy's been hit very often because
she's badass.
She was like very like, what the fuck? She punched me? What?
All right, so they land in somewhere in Paris, Goussainville, France, which is just outside of Paris. And you know why? She said it's abandoned. Do you remember why it's abandoned?
Well, they never say why, but they do a hint, which is because all the fucking planes go over.
Yeah, all the fucking planes go over. But it's really pretty. So I really like where they're walking because it's a cemetery, and I have an obsession with cemeteries. I wonder if that's a word for that. There's a word for that, but
I'm sure there is.
But I really like old cemeteries. I like the older the better. I don't like new cemeteries for some reason. It's just not interesting to me. And so they're walking through this really old fucking cemetery, and I'm like, badass. Hang out. Do rubbings.
Do rubbings?
Yeah, where you put a piece of paper against it and do like a chalk rubbing.
I mean, but they're all metal crosses, so
you can still do a rubbing.
They're not like tombstones. Know what I'm saying? That just burst your bubble.
Yes. All right. So we get there, and then this is when Niall learns about Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain what happened to her?
So Quinn was Andy's first other immortal that she had met, and Andy had already been alone for like, they just say a super long time in the movie. So then she finds Quinn, and and she found her dying in a desert somewhere. She takes her under her wing, and they just start going to battle together. Then they find another guy. They say his name, but I can't remember what it is. But a black guy that they were battling with for a long time as well. So then they ended up getting set up. They got captured by some Salem witch trial people, I think. They got captured by them. They said that they burned them at the stake. That didn't work. So that like they hung them first. Sorry. And then they burned them they were going to burn them at the stake. But then they came in with a iron like lockbox coffin, I guess, with a kind of open eyes and mouth to basically bury her alive in the sea.
Which sucks.
Which hella fucking sucks.
For her specifically.
Because she would just die over and over and over again.
Come back alive screaming.
For 500 years.
Air bubbles would keep on coming out of her mouth. So my question is, how did she get air in her lungs when she was screaming? Because she's under the water when she dies.
The body probably pushed the water out. I don't know.
That was a question. But it's really kind of interesting because when they were talking about, I really have an obsession with like witch trials and shit because I find that interesting because I'm weird. Love it. And so they died. They were tried to be hung, burned at the stake.
No, they weren't burned at the stake yet.
They were going to be. But
that was the next one, but then they jumped ahead and went for the iron lockbox instead.
Iron coffin. So then that's pretty much Andy is still feeling the guilt from that death.
Yeah, because she promised her that she would
take care of her
and look for her, and she stopped.
Because, well, after 500 years of searching, like she did everything she could. I feel like that's fair, where you're like, okay, yeah, I don't know where they put you. Hopefully you make it out.
Yeah, but she made a promise, so she still should have looked for her.
She did.
She didn't. She stopped looking for her.
I mean, yeah, now she's pissed. Okay. So then we find out that the soldiers are coming into this, like, a little abandoned church chapel thing. And that's when Booker's taken out and Nikki and Joe are kidnapped.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh no, we need to look for a sign.
A signal.
A sign.
Signal.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not a sign. It's a signal.
Sign and signal. Sign is a short term for signal.
No, signal. So they were now had to keep asking, "What is a signal? What is a signal?" Booker's like, "You will know when you see it." And all of a sudden, it was a big explosion. Signal.
Sign, S-I-G-N.
Signal.
Signal, S-I-G-N-A-L.
And doesn't mean they're the same freaking word.
It's not. It's a shorter version. It's like Catherine, Katie.
No, I don't think so.
All right. So then they're taken out. They're waiting for a signal. Do you remember what the signal is?
Yeah, I just said a big explosion.
Great.
Were you not listening?
No,
ma'am?
because I was writing sign and signal.
Well, whose fault is that?
So I was trying to make sure I spelled it right. So then Joe and Nikki are in this armored vehicle with like 4 other army guys, and he was trying to make sure that Nikki was okay. And he was like, Nikki, wake up. And the guy kept on saying, stop it, shut up. What, is he your boyfriend? And then what happened?
Well, Joe, I can't remember word for word, but Joe basically explained who Nikki was to him. And he's like, he's not my boyfriend. He is everything. And more than what that infant, he called him, could ever imagine. And then they started making out, and the guys were just like,
But his words were so deep and penetrating that it's like, you will never feel this love. You will never feel it.
Well, no, because they've been like that for, centuries. Let's just say 1,000 years or 2,000 years. Yeah. Like that's, I mean, most people get married nowadays and they're fucking divorced within 5, sometimes 30 years. And they've been basically married for 2,000 years. So their love is like no other anyone ever. So, I mean, yeah, it makes sense.
It does. but it's like so romantic. And Nikki calls Joe. I put the bearded guy because at first I couldn't figure out what his name was, and I was trying to remember it. Mm-hmm. So the bearded guy, or he
Joseph.
Joe is an incurable romantic.
Mm-hmm.
That's so sweet. So then now this is when Andy, Booker, and Niall go to the abandoned mine. And what's in the abandoned mine?
The bidet, Badine, Boded, Noden, something like that. Rodin. Yeah, there we go.
The road. Is that a motherfucking Rodin? Rodin? Yeah. And
Did you know him?
She probably knew him biblically.
Biblically. She probably did. She didn't say no. She was like, and hit Booker. She probably did know him.
Probably. And so they're in the mine. Booker's job is to figure out where they took
Copley.
Joe and
find Copley.
Find Copley, but also find out where they possibly took.
Well, find Copley, you find that out.
Yeah, I know. Never mind. So then Stefan meets them, and he's like, "Wow."
Who the hell's Steven?
Stefan.
Who the hell's that?
Isn't his name Steven Merkin?
Oh, Merrick?
Yeah.
Call him Merrick. Don't call him by his first name.
I always I don't remember his last name. I just remember Steven.
I'm telling you, Merrick.
Okay, so Merrick meets Joe and Nikki, and he was like, I need to see it for myself. And so he stabs Joe a few times, and then he sees it healing. Oh, my God. But then Joe headbutts him. And
he headbutted him first. And then
whatever. The same thing. Like, whatever. He's upset, and so he stabs him.
He's not upset. I mean, he is upset, but he also wants to see it with his own eyes.
Yeah.
Which he was probably going to do regardless of him getting headbutted or not.
I know.
He's an evil little bastard.
You know, every time I hear the word regardless, I just instantly think irregardless.
Irregardless?
I know it's not a real word. I just think it's funny because some people say irregardless, and I find it hilarious.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that too.
Anyway, moving on. So then we find out that Andy didn't heal from the fight in the church in France.
Yeah, when she gets stabbed in the shoulder.
I dropped my pen again, guys. Take a shot.
All the shots.
And so, okay, I had a question. Okay, first, Andy didn't heal, so she goes to the store and tries to figure out what to buy, which is kind of weird to think about because we know what we need. Like, we should buy peroxide,
because we get fucking
alcohol.
hurt all the time.
But she's like looking around. She's like buying boxes of shit that she probably didn't even need.
She didn't know what to buy because she's never had to do that.
And so the clerk there helped her and patched her up and shit. But I had a couple of things.
No. This is actually a very main point, though. Because when she was getting patched up by the girl, she asked her, do you want to know why? And the girl's like, your business is your business. And she was like, I'm helping you now, but then you can go out and help someone by doing something like walk across the street or some shit. And she was like, and she basically opened up Andy's eyes to make her second guess herself to saving the world because Andy didn't want to anymore because of what a Copley did. And that's because they'd never done anything wrong. They've been helping people their whole lives, but they keep getting hunted down by fucking assholes. So that girl opened up Annie's eyes to want to possibly think about saving the world again. And then the turning factor was Niall later on, though.
Right. Okay, thank you for bringing that up. I really like that part. But that's pretty much that. But a couple things that came up. So what was said, I believe Booker said, just because we keep living doesn't mean we stop hurting, which is very deep.
They hurt physically and
mentally,
yeah.
But they still live. And then I had a question. At what point do they stop aging?
So I think there might be like a certain age where maybe it's like when you first die. I don't know how it actually is determined, but I'm assuming it's like when you first die and you come back to life, that's what you're going to stay at. And you're that age from then on out.
Like maybe Niall's about 23.
Yeah,
so
she's pretty damn young because even Andy was like, she's just a baby or just a kid. So
Everybody's
she's
just
probably
a kid to her.
Well, yeah, technically, but
I'm like, you really want to argue with that?
but I think the other ones died at like a later age, sort of. So, and I don't know when Annie necessarily was killed and then she came back to life, but I think they're probably like in their 30s or something like that. And then, but she was in the military, so she died a lot younger. And then that's when her body was like, hey, guess what? You're fucking immortal.
Good job.
Hey,
You won the lottery.
You won a immortal lottery.
Yeah. Okay. So pretty much that brings us to Surrey, England. The end of the movie. The end scene. Pretty much.
Oh, yeah, it is.
So Niall has second thoughts about killing. So she's like, I don't want to be part of this anymore. I'm done, kind of thing. Deuces, bye.
Well, because she saw what Andy did.
Yeah, and so she saw the killing. Niall only killed one person, and that already fucked her up. So she's like, I can't do that. So Andy was gonna let her take the car and go, but then Niall figured out something.
Well, she saw that Booker gave her an empty gun because obviously it is a setup.
Cause Booker is part of the shit. So Andy gets to the certain part of the area where Copley is, and she holds him hostage, but then Booker shoots her, and he didn't realize that she was not healing anymore, and so she kept on bleeding.
And that's when her time is shortly dwindling.
And she's still bleeding and bleeding. And so then everybody kind of takes all of them away. So they take Booker away. They take Andy away. Andy's still bleeding. So she's really kind of not useful at this point because it's like, at what point, like, what changed? But we think that because Niall came in, she was being faded
It's
out.
like the world or universe knows when their time of healing is up. So another one comes about.
Very interesting.
Or maybe it just might be when it's the next person that's in the line of being immortal dies and they become like their healing becomes a thing. Then one of them is just like the oldest, I would say probably is done.
Yeah.
But no, because
it's
means
like old out. What is it?
old
First
out,
in,
new
first
in.
out. First in, first out.
But then that means like when back in the day when they're in the crusade times or whatever it was, that black guy died. There wasn't anyone to. Oh, maybe no, because no, I'm talking about back in when it was Andy, Quinn, and then they were fighting alongside with that black guy because they said that Quinn was the first immortal that she had found, and then they found him. I can't remember what his fucking name was, but he died first. So I don't know.
Maybe he was older than her.
Maybe, yeah, possibly. Maybe he might have been older than Andy, but they just didn't they hadn't found him yet. Maybe. Possibly. There's a lot of theories. I don't know. Hopefully they explain it. Oh, that's something I'm gonna say later.
Okay, we're almost there. So then Niall decides to come to save the day, and she sees Copley, and we find out he's obsessed with her. Literally.
Obsessed with Andy?
Yeah, with Andy.
Well, he's obsessed with all of them, technically.
Yeah, all of them technically.
But I think Andy's obviously been around longer, so she's done a lot more.
She has a lot more history that he can find. And so Copley decides to help Niall because he realizes, hey, what they were doing, he just wanted to help the world, not actually torture people. And so that's what they're actually going to do with them. And so this is when Niall goes on a spree. They find out that, what is his name,
Merrick?
I want to call him Merkin.
Jeez Louise.
I don't know why. Merrick is in the penthouse, and he has her axe, and there's a bunch of fighting. I'm not going to go through it all. Just watch it. It's really good. And so it's like Merrick decides to use the axe, which
he didn't use because
he didn't use, and I feel like
fucking idiot.
He would hurt himself with it,
probably
more than injuring anybody else.
Big old dum.
Anyway, and so then we get to the end. They kill everybody. Andy fights this one dude, and I'm like, why didn't you wait for him to come? Because she had an axe, but then the axe got tossed aside, and then she had to fight with him. Like,
No. She used the axe pretty damn well. He shot at her, and she blocked it with the axe.
yeah, but then she did it, and then it got pushed away, like it got out of her hands, and so then she do hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah, and she fucked that dude up.
She did, but I'm just saying.
Oh, wait for him. Well, she didn't have that much time.
I was just saying, if she waited while he was like walking right there, then she could have just axed him once, and it would have been done.
But then it wouldn't have been a fight scene again.
True.
They're showing Andy's skills, and she has mad skills. Just like they said in the movie, Andy has forgotten ways to kill people than anyone would ever know.
Very true. So then that is when Niall is protecting her in the penthouse, and the axe is in I was going to call him Merkin again. Merrick's neck, and that's when she pushes him out the window.
Well, she tackles his ass out the window.
Tackles his ass out the window and falls on a car.
Don't explain it. Let people see it because it is rough to the eyeballs.
It's horrific. Anyway, so that is pretty much the ending, except we have Booker's judgment. Because he was a traitor against the 5 immortals.
Well, 4.
4.5.
Well, technically it's still 5 because Quinn is still immortal. See, that's another thing
6.
too.
Can we just finish this part and then move on?
Okay.
So they decide. Niall was just going to let him go off with an apology, which they both laughed at.
She's super nice like that.
Well, I mean, she doesn't know. So he's 100 years in exile, so he's alone again. And they realize it's going to be the last time Andy will ever see Booker. So that's really sad because she's no longer, like, she gets injured, she can get hurt. And so there's a potential she will die very soon. And so then they go see Copley again, and now he's going to be like their Charlie to Charlie's Angels. He's going to be the person that deletes them, erases them from history. He's going to help them find good quality missions, and that's pretty much it.
Missions that are basically meant for them only. Because, like, if there's like a hostage situation, you know, the military can take care of that. But if it's like a intense, hardcore, I mean, there's fucking enemies everywhere. Everybody's surrounded. They have fucking guns all over the place. No military can really get in there without causing like this, a lot of people dying. So they can go in there stealthy, get shot at, and still keep going and kill everybody. So like the more dangerous missions, excitement to add on to this. So I looked it up when I first saw this movie. I don't know how long ago, and there wasn't any, because this is kind of around when COVID came out, because it came out in 2020. So COVID was like a major thing then. So there wasn't really any production happening later on. But we just looked yesterday, and they started filming they're going to start, or they started filming now, or start filming in 2023?
They already started filming in June 2022, so 2023 is going to be the release.
Okay, so 2023, they're coming out with an Old Guard 2, and I can't fucking wait.
All right. What's your score?
10, of course, obviously.
Obviously, I will give it a 10 as well.
15, if I could. I fucking love the Old Guard. Like, their power is insanely badass and phenomenal. And the fact that they use it for good, and they've always used it for good. Like, they never steered off and was like, well, fuck this, I'm not going to help people, and just start, like, taking shit. They've always used it for good, no matter what fucking happens. I mean, they had the whole Copley and the military coming after them. And were like, nope, I'm still going to fucking do good. And they take out bad people. And Merrick was a fucking shitty person.
So a 10.
Yeah. 15. Are you off your soapbox?
Are you off your soapbox? Do you need a soapbox? All right. So now we are going to our topic of the day.
Oh, man. These are a lot.
We don't have to do them all. Just read through them and do, like,
I mean, these are still good to know, though. I might hang this up in my game room.
All right. So I'm going to start you off with an easy one. Bay.
That's like your significant other, like girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. That's an easy one.
I know. I said I was going to start you off easy.
Ooh, this is a good one. You might or might not know this. You probably know because you did this, but GOAT.
Greatest of all time.
I honestly did not know what GOAT meant until, I don't know, some years ago or whatever, when they kept talking about MJ and Kobe, and they're like, oh, the GOAT. And I was like, and I think I looked it up, and I was like, oh, greatest of all time. That makes sense. Because they would just say GOAT. They wouldn't have G.O.A.T. And I was like, I thought it was like a name, not a acronym, right?
It's an acronym, yeah. All right, so here's one. I did not know. A mood.
A mood?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's a feeling.
Okay, I was gonna say like, well, I think I was gonna say something else, but I guess I was kind of on point.
Okay.
Hentai.
Japanese?
No.
Because they're like tits, right?
It's graphic anime pornography.
Yeah, because there's a song. It's a Slumber Party from Ashniko where it's like her hentai boobies, they excite me.
Yeah. So her anime boobies.
All right. Basic.
Oh, you're boring.
Good. That's actually the first one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Nice. What? LMP. You're not going to get this
I'm
one.
not going to get that. I don't know what that is.
Term that means like my pick. That's for these fucking 17, 18-year-olds, I guess.
All right. This I heard first when I worked for Panda in Muskogee, and somebody said that. I'm like, why do you say that? It's bet.
No, that means like, yeah, that's what's up, or good, or whatever. Like, we're on the same page, or...
Promise. A promise. Bet.
Oh, I did not know it meant promise. Let's see.
I'm just like going through these. These are crazy.
Oh, I didn't know that's what that meant. Low key.
On the down low.
See, that's what I thought. But it means keeping information secret.
Yeah, on the down low. Keep it a secret.
Oh, okay, whatever.
Okay, what about body count?
Body count. Like, how many people did you take out?
Kind of.
Oh, sex-wise, though.
Yeah.
How many people you slept with?
What's your body count?
Jesus.
These are all funny. Okay.
That's a normal one. Oh, my God. Seriously? PMY or PMOYS. You're not going to guess that. Probably not.
PMOYS.
Mm-hmm. I don't even know how to, like, pronounce that.
I don't even know.
Acronym that stands for Put Me in Your Snapchat.
I don't even have Snapchat. Okay. This one's easy. Bruh.
Like, bro.
Yeah, used to address any boy.
Yeah. Let's see. Shade.
You throw shade, like insult somebody.
Yeah, acting in a casual or disrespectful manner towards someone. Yep.
Okay. Daddy.
Oh my God. Sugar daddy.
No. Well, who conveys a sense of power and dominance, an attractive man, usually older.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let's see. I mean, everybody knows that one, so I'm not going to say that one. Karen.
Oh my God, a basic white bitch.
That's not the literal term you wrote.
I didn't write this. I copy and pasted it. I didn't look at it. So, Karen is like a white mom.
Halfway there, referring towards an entitled mom.
Oh, I was really close.
You are super close.
Do you know what Finsta is?
No. Fista?
Finsta.
I was like, that's fisting.
No.
No.
Finsta.
I do not know what that means.
Fake Instagram account.
Oh, interesting.
Isn't that weird? Oh my god.
That is a little weird. So no cap.
No cap.
Mm-hmm.
No lies.
There you go.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I got one. Okay.
Yep. You used to say that someone is not lying.
Gas.
Gas? They're farty. Gaslighting. I don't know.
Someone feels your joke as serious.
Wow. Would never guess
I
that.
didn't know that.
You're probably gonna know this one. Skeet.
I don't know what that is. I've heard it. I don't know what it means.
Seriously?
Skeet, skeet. I just know that.
Skeet, skeet. Come on, babe. You are smart. You know
Can
what
you
this
use it in a
means.
sentence?
If I use it in a sentence, you're gonna know what it means.
Hence, I asked you to use it in a
No,
sentence.
you should know.
That's
skeet,
awesome.
Skeet, skeet. Come
Let's
on, babe.
do cocaine.
No.
Am I close?
One more guess. Skeet, skeet, skeet.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Oh my God.
I
Well,
have
I
no
mean,
idea.
yeah, it kind of makes sense, but no. Okay, so I'll just say I'm trying to like make it to where you don't know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna say it's in pornography.
Oh my god. Anal?
No!
Oh.
Come on, babe. Skeet, 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 pornography. You have to know what that means. Everybody's like screaming it out like, probably. Come on.
I feel so dumb. Oh my god.
Oh my Lord. No, you're not dumb. It's just you. If I tell you, you're going to be like, fuck. I'm sure you thought of it already. Just say it.
Orgasm?
Yes, but what kind of orgasm? Because that can go either way. What kind of orgasm?
Female orgasm?
No.
Male orgasm?
Obviously.
Oh, come.
Yes, it's ejaculation. So basically, like shooting your cum
Oh,
on,
like like running lines.
like running lines,
Yeah.
like cum shots. That's skeet,
Sure.
skeet, skeet.
I did not know that.
Seriously?
I didn't.
Oh my Lord!
Wow. So songs have a lot different.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right. Snack.
You looking like a snack, like they want to bang them, basically.
It describes an attractive person.
Oh, well, I
You
went
looking
a
like
little
a snack.
You looking like a snack. Smash
Fuck.
means to. It says means to have casual sex, but that's not the meaning. It means to bang.
Okay, so this one I don't know. I don't know if you'll get it.
Probably not.
Snatched.
Snatched. No, not kidnap. Like go off into another room to do it.
You looking snatched.
The fuck does that mean?
I've never.
Yeah,
heard this
that
before.
definition does not help. They just use the same fucking
No, no,
word.
no. I gave it
Oh.
to you in a sentence.
You look snatched. Oh, you look tired. You look sick. You look sexy.
You look on point, well dressed, or very good.
Oh, okay. So you look on point. Got it. Snatched. Right? Mm-hmm. I never heard that one. Let's see. I mean, the rest of these you'll kind of know. NP, no problem. OFC. You might not know this one.
OFC? Of course.
You had it. Don't second guess yourself. Just say it. Yes, of course. Short for.
Wait,
of
it's my
course.
turn. You keep
I
on
just
saying
said the
stuff.
same one.
TBH.
TBA, to be honest. Did I say that one? Oh yeah, I did. It's the same thing. Shading. Oh, ooh, I haven't heard this one. Ship.
Can you use it in a sentence?
No.
It's like a spelling bee. I like how you're mouthing the words over there.
So yeah, you didn't hear me. So, when I would see your Facebook post, I would think about us shipping.
Fucking.
No. I mean, well, yeah, but no. It means
Dating.
There you go. Yeah. So used for relationship or desire of seeing a couple together.
Okay. Okay. Ready?
Yeah, I'm waiting on you.
Thick.
Huh?
Thick.
Oh, like
What's
thicker than a snicker. Like she's thick with it. I don't know.
Yeah,
She
pretty
looks
much.
sexy, like
having an attractive, curvy body.
yeah, curvy body. There we go. That's a good way to describe it. Yeah. So this is a little extreme. I'm sorry if I offend someone,
Oh God.
but KMS or KYS?
KMSKYS.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I really do not like that driver over there. They need to KMS themselves.
Kill themselves.
Yeah.
Kill yourself.
So KMS is kill myself and KYS is kill yourself.
Gotcha. Oh shit. Okay, this is one I don't even know about, and apparently this is a thing. This is also slang from 2021, so these are considered 2021 slang terms. Mm-hmm. So if it's not right, sorry, I don't know shit. Visco girl.
Disco girl?
Visco. VSCO.
Visco girl.
Girl.
Can you use it in a sentence since that's what we're doing now?
Oh, look at that girl. She's so Visco girl over there.
Fake as fuck?
No. A style characterized by hydro flasks, Crocs, and a scrunchie.
The fuck?
I don't know.
Yeah, I would never guess that. What was one? Okay, so lit, turned, or turned up.
Like party, rage, rave. It's on fire.
It's on fire? No, not on fire. I mean, if you're using fire, it's not a literal term.
Like, no, fire isn't like, that's really cool. That's awesome.
Okay, yeah. You're basically there. Something that's active or popular can also refer to being stoned or drunk. But there's also lit, which says exciting, cool, and amazing. So
Right.
I guess it kind of has like... So it
Couple
technically
meanings.
should be lit and then turned or turned up. Not lit and then lit, turned, or turned up. Because lit and turned up are two different things.
So I have two left. One is, you would get this one. Yeet. Or not. God.
No.
You don't know what yeet
I've heard
means?
it, but I...
You're black.
Oh, I thought you mean that's what it meant.
Oh, no. God, no.
I was like, oh, shit.
You should know this
I
because
should
you're
use
black.
that all the time.
You're yeet. What? It means saying yes strongly to someone.
Seriously?
Yeah, that's what it says.
I thought yeet had a completely different meaning.
All right, my last one. Or do you have one?
My freaking turn, ma'am. You're obviously gonna know this one. Ghosted.
I have that on mine too. Ghosted is someone who stops messaging you or disappears on you without any word.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, last but not least, or do you have any more?
Well, yeah, rude face. Your last one.
Fine, my last one. I probably can find some more. Zaddy. Like daddy, but with a Z. Zaddy.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I shook my head. I don't know.
A well-groomed man, attractive personality, and handsome.
So a metrosexual then.
Pretty much.
But they just say zaddy now. It's so dumb. There was, where was it? There was two that I want to say. I'm just trying to help people out so they hear these, then they know what they mean. So I'm pretty sure most people know this, but there might be some people out there that might not. But salty.
You're
So
angry
apparently
about
there's-
something.
Yeah. Yeah, so cranky or being angry. And then there is, here it is. So meal.
Fat.
No. One more guess.
Can you use it in a sentence?
They're looking like a meal.
Like a snack.
Yeah. It's basically someone who looks
We're
good
learning
enough
so
to
much.
eat, but it's like see also snack, or I like how they spell snack, like SNACK or SNACC.
I didn't get that.
Jesus, what is going on with this world? Oh, and then ISO.
ISO.
I am ISO of you.
In search of.
There you go.
What about Chugi?
Chewy?
Chugi. CHEUGY.
Never even heard of that one. You have all the fucking random ones over there.
I'm just like looking through it. Like there's dead, dope, drip, like things that
Jesus.
are
You
easy.
just say dope. Drip? No, that's not easy. What is drip? You have a disease?
No, it's style, flashy accessories, great fashion sense.
Drip?
You got that drip.
That's so dumb. Eminem he has a song called Drips, and it's basically like when the guy gets like gonorrhea or something like that.
But Chugi,
I don't know what that means.
something outdated.
Something outdated? Jeez Louise. Yeah, I got all like the norms.
Like fam, e-girl, e-boy, finsta, fire, flex,
So you should have been saying
FOMO,
those.
FOMO.
What is FOMO? Fake?
You don't know what FOMO means?
Yeah, I know exactly what it means.
Fear of missing out. FOMO. I have severe FOMO. Fear of missing out.
I didn't know that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, mine are norms. Shading, OFC, MP, no cap.
I feel...
These are...
I don't know. I'm
I'm going to forget them in like
2 seconds.
a day because I don't use any of those terms. I mean, ghosted, but everybody uses that. I mean, it's just like, oh, they ghosted me. Goat, everyone uses that. Hatach, hentai. I mean, that's like, I wouldn't say everybody knows that, but that's like known if you look up porn at all. It can be all over it. Smash, I mean, that's kind of an obvious one.
You got the good ones.
Yeah, I got like kind of like norm ones, like laughing my ass off, LOL, low key. I never heard it as meal, but yeah, I heard like snack, I guess, I think. Oh, they should have had DAP on here. I'm surprised they didn't have DAP.
What does that mean?
Seriously?
Dap. I don't know.
Or dapper. They should. I mean, they're two completely two
dapper
different.
means like fashionable. Like,
Yeah,
tight.
it's kind of like your. What did you say on there? Your
zaddy.
zaddy. But dap means like giving dap, like giving love, like what's up, like.
I've never heard of that.
I guess it's a Texas thing. Like some people like, oh, I didn't get any dap. That's fucked up. Like if you say, hey Don, what's dap? He'll know exactly what it means.
I don't think that's okay. That is our topic today. We hope we taught you something. We learned a lot.
Yeah, and wish we didn't forget it, but I'm probably going to forget most of them.
It just shows how little we know about slang.
Well, I'm not in that theme about.
And I will cite my source. I got this information from Ingdic. ENGDIC.
Wow, Ingdic.
I'm sure it's English dictionary, but it's urban.
So
my movie
next podcast movie is
the next episode, guys. This is one I've already seen a few times, and I tried to show it to Ty, but he fell asleep. And he wants to.
I know what it is.
Hashtag alive.
Yeah.
Hashtag alive. You can find it on Netflix. Really good. It is a Korean film, but is dubbed in English, so you don't have to read. Don't be afraid.
That's good. And the topic of the discussion is if you could erase one event from history, which one would you erase?
That's a hard one because there's like lots.
There's quite a few. I mean, can we name like two?
2 or 3. Top 3.
Top 3. All right, because I already got 2 in my head.
Good. Okay, cool. So you guys know what to do. Please rate, review, tell your friends, tell your family. Love us a little bit. Give us 5 stars and then give us a terrible review. That's fine, but just give us 5 stars. That's all I care about.
5 stars.
You can also, We're Not Qualified is actually around the corner in a few episodes. So you need to write in for the night69 at gmail.com. And what's our website, Ty?
In for the night podcast at gmail.com.
Fuck off, dude. Why do you suck?
In for the night podcast at hotmail.com.
Website. Do you have any ats in a website?
Yes.
No. Inforthenightpodcast.com.
Oh, see, I was close.
You can contact us there as well. So, and then that is where you'll see our merch options. So you can click on merch and go to the website and look at all the lovely things we have to sell, as well as if you feel like you love us so much and you would want to become a donor, please go ahead and join our Patreon. We have some episodes up. I do Ugly Sunday once a week, maybe every other week, depending on if I have time. But this last one was really good. I really enjoyed it. So Ugly Sunday, you will learn about once you become a Patreon, because I'm not going to explain it again. Other than that, we hope you enjoyed this lovely episode. This is our longest episode, guys. So enjoy it, because you get to listen to us for almost an hour and a half.
Yep. And until next time, peace out.
Bye.